Hello, grade 8, how are you? I'm here today to continue explaining the grammar lesson that I started with in the previous tutorial. If you guys still remember, it was the verb tenses. We started off with the simple tenses and we explained the present and the past with a bit of exercises. Today, I'm going to be explaining the progressive tenses, and later on in a different tutorial, we will be talking about the perfect tenses. So now we're going to start with the present progressive tense. What is the present progressive tense? It's a verb that describes an action that occurs repeatedly. Repeatedly means it's being repeated. The present progressive form of a verb refers to an action that is continuing in the present, so it's happening continuously in the present time. The present participle of the main verb and the helping verb am, are, or is combine to make up the present progressive form. So, what is the present progressive form? It is verb to be and ing added to the verb. So again, the present progressive is an action that is happening repeatedly in the present time. Okay, how do we form the present progressive? We add verb to be in the present, so am, is, or are, and we add ing to the verb. So this is how we form the present progressive. Again, it's verb to be in the present, so am, is, or are, and ing added to the verb. Moving on to the past progressive, the past progressive form of a verb refers to an action that was continuing at some point in the past. Also, just like the present progressive, it was happening repeatedly, but instead of being in the present, it was happening repeatedly in the past. The present participle of the main verb and the helping verb was or were combined to make up the past progressive form. So how do we form the past progressive? We use either was or were, and of course we add ing to the verb. So let's have a look at these examples here. In the present progressive form, I say I am painting. So basically here I used am with I and added ing to the verb. You are painting. Of course, you still remember subject verb agreement. You takes are and the verb here takes ing. He, she, or it are singular. That's why we used is painting. So is here is in the simple present form. Whereas the plural forms are using are with ing. So we are painting, you are painting, they are painting. So all together make up a rule of how we form the present progressive, which is verb to be in the present plus verb with ing. So am, is, are, plus a verb with ing, whereas the past progressive form is formed by using verb to be in the past and adding ing to the verb, just like these examples here. I was painting, you were painting, he, she, or it was painting, as I remind you that he, she, or it, because they're singular. The plural forms take were and ing. So basically the past progressive is formed by adding verb to be in the past, so was or were, and ing to the verb. That's all you need to know about the present progressive and past progressive. So whenever we see, for example, is swimming, we have to know that is in the present, and since the verb is taking ing, so the verb the tense of the verb is present progressive. Whereas if I saw were swimming, this means that the tense of the verb is in the past progressive because there's were, which proves that it's in the past, and ing proves that it's in the progressive tense. Now let's look at exercise 1. It says, if the verb in italics is in the present tense, write its present progressive form in the blank. So if the verb here in the sentence is in the present, we will change it to the present progressive, and if it was past, we will change it to the past progressive. So simply by adding verb to be and ing to the verb. Let's have a look at the example that they've done for you. Brett looked at the history book. This is the verb that is in italic. As you can see, the verb here is in the past, and if I need to change it to the past progressive, as you can see, I added was looking. Now you have two choices. It's either were or was. According to my subject, I decide whether it's was or were. And here Brett is singular. That's why I said Brett was looking at the history book. Let's try to do number 1 together. The rain hindered our plans yesterday. Here is the italicized verb which is hindered. As you can see, hindered is exactly like looked, which is in the past tense. So in order to change it to the past progressive, I need to add either was or were and ing to the verb here. So what I need to do is first decide whether I need to use was or were. The rain is singular, that's why I have to say the rain was hindering and not the rain were hindering. Okay, so I'm gonna write it down to show you the example here. I say the rain was hindering. Sorry, the rain was hindering our plans yesterday. Number two, I'm going to do it also because, as you can see here, greets is in the present. Let me read the sentence first. I see Carl's father greets visitors at the door today. Greets here is in the present form. I need to put it in the present progressive. I remind you, present progressive is when I need to use verb to be in the present. So am, is, are, okay, and the verb takes ing. So first of all, we need to decide whether I need to use am, is, or are. So I see Carl's father. So Carl's father here is singular, so I must say is greeting. Okay, so this becomes, instead of greets, Carl's father is greeting. And of course, it cannot be Carl's father are greeting because it's singular. So I'm going to write the answer here. Carl's father is greeting visitors. And that's what you need to do with the rest of the sentences all together, all the way into number 36. And that's all for the progressive tenses. Later on in another tutorial, I'll be getting into the perfect tenses. I hope this was helpful. Again, I remind you, if you guys have any question, we can have a video call and re-explain everything in detailed explanation so you guys get the point of understanding the verb tenses. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you still have any question, I remind you again that I am here to assist you. Have a good day and see you later on in another tutorial.